Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, as we have seen chapter number 9, how to write a letter, what is the form or I can say the layout of the letter. Today we are going to see correspondence with directors, that is what return communication secretary does and in which situations or circumstances secretary writes letter to the board of directors. See here, the directors occupy a very important position in the management of the company. We already know, right? Board of directors are the elected representatives of shareholders to manage the company's day-to-day affair, make all the plans, policies, take all the decisions. The responsibility is on the shoulders of board of directors. So yes, directors, they exercise their powers and authorities collectively as a board. Now see, there are 4 circumstances given in the textbook when secretary communicates or have a correspondence with the directors. The very first one is notice an agenda of routine board meeting. Notice, as we have already seen, informing in prior. Agenda is nothing but list of items to be discussed at the meeting. Then you have got disclosure of personal interest of directors in a contract. Third is report to the director who was absent for a meeting. And lastly, reminding the director of the provision regarding absenteeism at the board meeting. In this chapter, we are going to do only 2 letters, that is first and third. Now see, coming to the first letter, notice an agenda of routine board meeting. See, we have seen all the parts of the letter. The very first one is heading, which contains company's name, registered office address, and then CIN number, corporate identification number. To the right hand side, you have got website and email. To the left hand side, you have got phone number and fax number. Now, below email, to the right hand side, you have got date, and to the left hand side, you have got reference number. Right? Below that comes the receiver's address and to whom you are sending the letter. See, it is to the director, Mr. Anju N. Rangwala, 5th Ganesh Apartment, JM Road, Deccan, Pune, 411004 is the pin code. So you have to write the complete address. Below in the center comes the subject. See, we have already seen SUB stands for subject and we write it in brief. Now, what is the subject for the letter? Here, the secretary is sending notice. See, notice of the board meeting dated 25th April 2018. Now see here, there are 2 dates. Class, do not get confused. See, the date written on the letter is the date when secretary is actually writing the letter. So yes, secretary is writing letter on 30th March and on 25th April. After March comes April. Yes, and on 25th April there is a meeting. Now see, subject, notice of the board meeting dated 25th April 2018. Dear sir, starting with the salutation. I'm sorry. Now you have got, see, 2 to 3 paragraphs below. Notice is hereby given that the meeting of the board of directors of the company will be held on Thursday, 25th April 2018 at 11 a.m. at the registered office of the company for transacting the following business, for doing the following business or discussing on the following business. So now see here, day, date, time and place. You can see here in the second line, notice is hereby given that the meeting of the board of directors of the company will be held on. Now see, in the very first paragraph, you give the complete detail about the meeting, day, date, time and place, and for what you are conducting the meeting. Now see, what is agenda? Agenda is nothing but list of items to be discussed at the meeting. See, what is agenda? To read the notice convening the board meeting. So at the start of the meeting, notice would again be read at the meeting to take note of the minutes of the previous board meeting. Now, the previous board meeting, what were the minutes, will also be discussed. We have seen what are minutes. Minutes are nothing but written summary of the meeting. So yes, the last meeting's written summary would be discussed in the current meeting. To consider and approve the applications for the transfer of shares. To transfer means to sell. To transfer of share means to convert your shares or transfer your shares to the on the other person's name. Then you have got to consider the financial position of the company for the year ended 31st March 2018. Now for the previous year, you are going to see what is the financial position of the company. Then to open dividend account. Dividend, return on shares, return on investment. And lastly, to discuss and decide any matter with the permission of the chair. And any other matter with the permission of the chair would be discussed. You are hereby requested to be present at the meeting. So now here secretary is asking the board of the director to be present at the meeting. Now ending your letter, thanking you, yours faithfully, complimentary close, yours faithfully. Now for whom? For whom the secretary is writing the letter? For Diamond Company Limited, signature company secretary. Company secretary is the designation. See, we have already seen when we were doing the contents of the letter, signature will include name and designation of the person who is writing the letter. So yes, signature of the company secretary and the designation is already given there. So this is how you are supposed to write a letter. Coming to the second one is, see, report to the director who was absent for a meeting. Again, starting with the company's name, Diamond Company Limited, registered office in the center. Below you have got CIN number, corporate identification number. To the right hand side you have got website and email. To the left hand side you have got phone number and fax number. Below comes date and reference number. See class, this would be same. The starting heading below the website, email, phone and fax will remain same for all the letters. Whatever letter you do, make sure that you have one format ready for the company's name, its registered office, CIN number, website, email, phone and fax number. Now below reference number you have got receiver's address, name and address, the director, you're writing the letter, okay, and then comes below subject, report of board meeting held on 5th November 2018. Now see the difference between the two. When we were doing the letter for notice, the letter date was first and the meeting date was second. Now here in this letter, meeting is already been conducted, okay, and then secretary is writing a letter. So now see, report of board meeting, what would be the subject? Report of board meeting held on 5th November. Meeting held on 5th November and on 12th November secretary is writing the letter. Now see, dear sir, starting with the salutation, please find enclosed. See, underline it in your textbook. Please find enclosed. Enclosed means you have attached something with the letter which you will be mentioning at the end of letter as enclosure. Remember, when we write enclosure, that means we are attaching something with the letter. Please find enclosed herewith. Herewith means with this letter. What you are trying to find with this letter? Copy of draft minutes of the board meeting held on 5th November 2018 which you could not attend. That means, see, copy of a draft minutes. Draft minutes is nothing but a written summary whatever happened in that particular meeting. So yes, please find enclosed herewith copy of the draft minutes of the board meeting held on 5th November 2018 which you could not attend. I would like to draw your attention to point number 8 of the minutes of the board meeting. Now here secretary wants the director to focus or to pay attention on point number 8 of the minute. What it says, A proposal to open a new branch office at Mumbai, Mira Road East, which was moved by Mr. A.N. Shah. That means this issue was raised by Mr. A.N. Shah. Mr. M.H. Gunjal seconded the proposal. Seconded the proposal means supported the same proposal, which was moved by. Moved by means, put up at the meeting and then seconded the proposal. That means supported the same thing. After a detailed discussion, the said proposal, whatever Mr. A. N. Shah was saying, after a detailed discussion, the said proposal was passed with majority of present directors. That means the decision was taken with the majority of board of directors. The other items of agenda. Other items of agenda means list of items that were discussed is of being of routine nature, is of normal nature, and it doesn't needs any explanation. Thanking you, closing your letter with complimentary close, yours faithfully, and now here for whom you are writing the letter. See, your company's name, Diamond Company Limited. You are writing on a letterhead of Diamond Company Limited. So yes, even here when you are trying to end up your letter, for whom you are writing a letter, for Diamond Company Limited, these two names will remain same. Yours faithfully for Diamond Company Limited, signature, company, secretary. Enclosure in this letter is very important. What you are enclosing, what you are attaching here with this letter is copy of the draft minutes of board meeting. That's all, class. In this chapter you are supposed to do this 2 letters. Thank you.